What's up, guys? We're gonna brobeatz. Today I'm gonna be showing you guys how to make a Renaissance type melody. If you guys haven't subbed already or turned post these on, make sure you do so because it helps it a lot. Let's hop right into it. So I'm gonna go one by one through all of these, and I'm gonna probably put timestamps and everything. But I'm gonna make this real simple for you. So first thing I'm gonna do, just go ahead and grab in my default scale F sharp. It's just easier for me to make melodies in this scale, so that's what I use. For you, may be different. So we got a guitar. So I labeled the instrument so you can kind of copy whatever you have, because we may not have the same VSTs, but like a Spanish guitar or like an acoustic guitar is something that you want. Electric guitar doesn't sound too well with this style. So that's pretty much what I have for here. So we're gonna start with this one. And let's just go ahead and go into the piano roll and make this a little bit larger so you can see the notes. All right, so with this, I'm gonna make this really simple. We're not gonna really make any chord, like any super chord progressions, because we want this to be like a bounce type of melody. So we just put our root note right here. Let me make sure. I think we should be able to go lower. Okay. So that's our first note. So now we can just make a chord backwards. So we skip this note and hit this one. So now we got pretty much our bass. And from here, what we want to do, now that we have this, we pull this up an octave. Okay, and I'm just going through these steps so that you can take like this same exact process, and say if you want to change it up and make a another chord, you can take this and be like, okay, I'm gonna use the E, make the chord. All right, but we're just keeping it simple. Okay, so now what we can do here is low key just make a chord. So now we're gonna go to snap to grid, 1/3. All right, and then now we're just gonna offset everything. Right, you can see we're getting that vibe already. Okay, and then this part is preference. You can kind of change notes however you would like, but I'm gonna just throw in some other notes in between. So usually I would just fill it in with just something like this. All right, see how this sounds. Let me shrink this down a bit. All right, so now you're probably like, okay, what note do I go to next? Well, look down here. All right, just pull this up, offset it. Okay, and then you can just let your ear guide you from the rest of this part. All right. I'm gonna shorten these up. And let me change, I think, let me see. Okay, I like that a lot better. All right, so now we can pull a note, and you can just look in between the notes you have. We can place one here. And then all you need to do now is just copy this over. Simple as that. All right, so that's the guitar. Oh, I hate when it does that. That's the guitar. I'll just play it through all the way. Simple as this. We didn't really do anything crazy. We just made one chord progression and made a melody from that. Right, you can see it's already got a little bit bouncing in, and you can add more. Like I said, I just want to keep it simple, because when I tend to do extra, I always get a lot of messages and people kind of, I guess, miss the point. I don't know. So I want to take this one simple. So that's a guitar. So now we're just going to go over and do the harp. All right. So now we got the harp. Now, the reason I chose the harp is because when trying to like figure out these type of melodies, and just listening to like that old music, I'm always wondered like, what is, it's like a certain sound that's in there to just kind of give it some spice to it. And what I figured what sound that was the harp. It's always a harp in there every single time. You think it's the guitar because they sound similar, but it's always a harp in there. So this is the plugin I'm using. You can use really any harp. You get Omnisphere harp, a synth harp. It doesn't matter because it's not gonna it's just gonna add to the guitar, but it's gonna have a different kind of sound. So with this, we can take it really simple. Let's just start on the root, probably a little bit higher. Copy that over. Now, if you want to go ahead and use like the other methods, like just using the guides that you already have, then you can go ahead and do that. I'm just using my ear. All right. You can see how the harp, it gives it that like Renaissance vibe already. Or just like that medieval type of like sound that you like. If you ever play like one of those, like those type of games or something, and like they have their music playing in the back, this is the type of sound it's given. Okay, so I think that's good right there. Again, you don't have to always do a bunch. Okay, you can just do a little and it'll take you a long way. So that's the harp. So now let's move on to the flute. All right, so let's go ahead and start on the woodwinds. That could be a flute, any type of flute-like instrument. That's why I named them, just so you can insert the like instruments you have. So this would be like, I'm not gonna say the hardest, but if you did this right, it should be easy. So basically, when you go back to this, you need to find your range. Now, you don't have to do this every time, because this is kind of boxing you in, right? Because you have so many other notes to use. But when using a flute, there's only so much range you have in real life. So you want to kind of mimic that a little bit. So I usually take the top note, or like the first note, and then the last note that plays within this bar. That's what I do. Some people do it other ways, but this is just what I do. All right. So I'm gonna copy that, pull this in, pull that over, and we just put this on the grid just to make it simple. Let's zoom in. Okay, so now over here, I'm hearing something right here. So I'm gonna just hit that F sharp, and then we can probably play around with it a little bit. I'm gonna copy that over. So I want to do something here. So let me make sure the legato is on. All right, so basically what the legato is gonna do is, let me just show you. You see, it kind of, you should know what legato does, but it's gonna like slide to the next note. So maybe we could actually just go back down, come up. Okay, I like that. So on this side, I'm gonna make some variation. I'm not gonna change the melody up. I'm gonna just change this little legato part, so it's a little bit different. So let me actually just copy these notes. You can see the little things make a big difference. And then let's maybe do one here, drag that in, and finish it off. Okay, let's see how that sounds. Okay, not bad, not bad. All right, so I like that. So that's the flute or the woodwind. So now we're gonna do the easy part, the bass. So let's just go ahead and move on to that. All right, so now we're gonna do the bass, and you don't really need the bass, but I just like putting the bass when making these. So all you need to do is just copy what you had earlier. Now you don't have to do this. No, a lot of people, or like beginners, they take, when they watch YouTube, they take like the YouTuber's words as gospel, like it's fact, like there's no other way to do it. This is just the easy way to go about it. You can come up with other bass melodies. So pull those down, and then maybe we could do something like that. Let's see. Pull this down an octave. let's play the whole thing. All right, 4 instruments. We made a little Renaissance melody, so here it is. All right, and that's how you make a Renaissance melody from scratch. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.